Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Gameroom Discourse podcast. Christmas week, the final episode. This week's episode is going to be our top five or whatever, our
Our
controversial gaming
controversial.
opinions that we
Yes,
have. As always, I'm Mike,
I'm James.
And I'm Joey.
and I think we should address the elephant in the room. This is me, Mike, and I'm 22, and this is the first time I've ever been high.
He literally went, "These edibles ain't shit," and then
As-
And then found out they were, in fact, that shit.
they were, in fact, that shit. Yeah. Anyway, hey James, why don't you start? What's your biggest controversial opinion? And let us dissect you.
Probably that people should stop bitching about free-to-play games too much. That's a pretty big one. People complain about free-to-play games. I'm like, this isn't a really good game, or is it perfect? And I'm like, you downloaded this game for free, and there are still ways to get
You
free
made
content.
this decision.
You made the decision to download this free game, and basically most of the time it's like for free content. Why the heck are you complaining about your free content, your free video game?
They're usually not even that good.
I mean, there's a lot of games that do put in a lot of effort. Like I'd say Halo,
Yeah.
Overwatch. But like if it's a free to play multiplayer, you got to manage servers and like. I just feel like people shouldn't shit on games that they didn't have to put an ounce of money into, and no one's forcing them to put any more money into it.
I would agree with that. I don't see why that's controversial.
Most,
But I guess maybe we just both have an uncontroversial or a controversial opinion.
well, I mean, I could see it like no. The problem with Overwatch is that it came from a Overwatch came from a non free to play game to a free to play game, and so people are complaining about it. Hey, now my Overwatch is free, but you know the monetization is a little bit crap. Well, yeah, they gotta have to make up for sales. They used to have people buying the game and also buying loot boxes. Of course, they're trying to compensate in a certain way to make up for it.
Yeah.
And it's like most of the content they got to make are people like, hey, I got to make this cool skin most of the time, or make a new map. There's a lot of stuff that you don't have to pay for that just gets straight up added to the game later on, too, because you know they can't just bar people from getting the content completely. Because that'd be dumb.
Most of my problem that I have with it is it's a good business model to have a battle pass being able to pay kind of for the premium battle pass. Kind of. It's not perfect, but the thing is, once you dip your toes in and you get that premium content, you're a little bit more lenient to be able to buy it the next time. But I mean, there's whales and everybody wants that whale money, so.
Yeah. The thing is, they also can't monetize. In Overwatch's case, they can't monetize it in the same way that they did before. They literally can't because there's many countries that have banned loot boxings, and Overwatch was, the topic of that before. So they kind of want to not do that again.
Yeah. It's just a problem.
Yep.
Oh my god, I feel incredible. What am I doing?
Talking about controversial opinions.
Games. Yeah.
No, I'm looking at a calendar. Wait, hold on.
Okay, Mike.
Wait, no.
Would you like me to continue with that one?
There is a reason. Not a very good reason, but there's a reason.
Is it because you're high?
Well, I mean, I guess there's two reasons. I was looking up the no, you know what? Never mind. Yes, I do agree with that that thing you said.
Yeah, I mean, the game is free. Sure, there's some scummy things, but they need to make their money back on the servers that they're spending on, the content that they're putting in.
They're just straight up making a lot of time for free too. There is also free content that they get and can earn too in ways. Though it might be shitty in a grind, there is again still, you still get this for free for the most part.
Yeah, but
You
a
don't have to
lot
put
of it,
anything else
a
in.
lot of it is, don't they complain that instead of buying the game, it's free, but there's a bunch of microtransactions.
Yeah, that normally is it.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is, you can't do
I
microtransactions either, and they're just like, oh, we don't want this, but we also don't want this. So how do you please everyone? You can't. It's
You
really
can't.
bullshit.
Well,
I just feel like with going back to Overwatch's case, the cosmetics just aren't as good as they were before. They're kind of putting less.
well,
would
it
say
is
that's
12
wrong.
degrees here.
I would
I
say
mean,
that's
the
wrong. They put in a
legendary skins,
lot of-
like you remember Kiriko.
even a legend. I even say legendary skins, even up their game now. I'd say
More recently,
saying-
but when Overwatch 2 first came out, it was Kiriko, the regular skin, and then Kiriko with a jacket. Oh wow, that's very cool.
They still had another one that also came with the battle pass that you did get as well.
Only if you paid premium, right?
No, there was one that you could get in the battle pass.
Really?
That was for free. Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. How long did you have to grind it for?
Oh, of course I had to grind a lot for it, but it was cosmetic.
Yeah.
And I still could earn Kiriko too later on. And also,
Or even if you didn't pay for it, they just gave it to you for free.
yeah, and also you can earn her too after the battle pass.
Yep.
What are we talking about? Wait.
Controversial gaming opinions. I'm talking about Overwatch in general. Of like, yeah, I feel like they.
Oh yeah, this is your topic. This is your topic.
Yes,
I
indeed,
don't
it is.
Shit
Mike.
about Overwatch.
Well, how do you feel about free-to-play games like besides Overwatch, Mike?
I hate them. I'm not a fan of microtransactions, and I'm not a fan of. I'm a fan of a free game without microtransactions. That's fine with me, but because the whole point of buying the game is that the people who made it get paid for what they do.
Yeah.
So making it free to play makes it seem like you're just doing it from the heart, but then you make it so that they have to buy a bunch of shit in the game, or to get better if they want to skip the grind, and then you just make more money, arguably that way.
Not to get better. I mean, most of the time when they go to free to play models, there's like no pay to win aspect to it.
It's mostly just cosmetic.
Not always.
Yeah, not always. There are games.
Not always, but I say in most cases. There's a very strong just cosmetic. Even like in much older game, like L Sword, for example, very old game, older game. I played this in middle school. I say it's old, but it was mostly like a free to play game, and basically the only stuff you could buy were cosmetic things.
That's
like
cool.
You didn't have to pay for any new character that they made and put out for free, or didn't have to pay for any of the new content that they made.
Well, then I see no issue.
I freaking also play the game right now again. Sorry, so it's hard for me to focus yet again. but it's very difficult, I guess, for people to recognize, hey, you didn't pay for this game. You really shouldn't complain too much about it.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. You didn't pay for it, so shut up.
I mean, the thing is, though, there's a lot of things that you had to pay beforehand to get to the point of being able to play the game. Say it's an online game, you need to pay for internet connection. Every single console, you need to pay for electricity bills. You need to pay for a screen that can display it.
But you have to do that for games you have to buy in the first place anyway, though. That's like the
You have
entry
to
cost for
do
a
that.
game.
You have to do that
Regardless.
for owning a TV.
You have to do that for any game, regardless. If you don't have the hardware to play it, if I can't play Call of Duty without a controller, console, or PC to play it on, I still have to buy in for it still, and then also play the game.
Spinning in circles.
But for a free-to-play game, I don't have to invest any money, or heck, I can drop the game whatsoever. Like, at least for, like, when you pay for the game, you have this investment of, like, I paid for this game, I kind of want to actually, like, put time and kind of effort into it, and also, like, because I spent money on it. But for a free-to-play game, you can drop it whenever the frick you want to.
Technically, you can drop any game you want to. What are we talking about? What what did I just say?
You are lost in the sauce, my dear friend.
I'm seeing squares.
Dude, I think those edibles were the shit, my guy.
No, my brother said it was only like a microdose but it's my first time, so I guess maybe anything can hit me.
Oh my goodness.
Ooh.
I mean,
my god.
For me, it's weird because I'm fine with playing free-to-play games because...
Oh, we're back on this. I thought you were going to talk. No.
But it's a big topic. It's a controversial opinion. That's why it's actually, continued. Understandable. Joey has a good, he is also making a good point. He is making a good point. I'm not saying his point is bad. I'm just pointing out my own.
I don't remember what you just said. I can't follow the conversation.
Okay, Mike. Maybe we should wait for you to calm down a bit before you take on a topic. I'm saying for your controversial. Yes. Joey, continue on what you were going to say.
I mean, for someone with ADHD and that kind of stuff, low attention span or short attention span, with the free-to-play games, it's like, if you don't grab my attention, I'm just going to stop playing it. I don't care if it's a good game, if it's a bad game.
I do agree with that.
If I'm just trying it, I want it to at least be gripping.
There's
a gigabyte investment, but I guess
I feel like you shouldn't have to complain about it. You could drop it the day of and be like, okay, I figured out this game was shit. I didn't put too much time in it. I'm done.
That's what I do.
Yep. For yesterday, I was playing Gundam Evolution. I was like, oh, this game kind of looks cool. The Gundams are really nice. But it turns out a lot of the combat is very samey, and they do very bad matchmaking. Say if someone leaves their game, they don't try and replace them with anyone else. So I got stuck in into the second round with no one filling 2 slots for our entire team, and the other team just kind of wiped us. It was very shit. And you know what? I'm deciding not to play it anymore.
Good.
That amongst other things, because you have to unlock other characters when you already have a very limited roster.
Yeah.
I was like, oh man, I can't wait to play Exia. He seemed really cool. Turns out I had to unlock the fucker.
Yeah, that's another thing.
I need to make sure I keep breathing.
With the free-to-play games and short attention spans, there's really 2 ways to advertise a game: intrinsic value and extrinsic value. And with extrinsic, it's things like achievements, unlockables, rank progression. Intrinsic is the game is fun. I'm having fun playing it. And for me, I'll keep on just going back to Overwatch because
we both played it. We can both make a good assumptions on it. So
yeah,
understandable.
With the intrinsic value, playing his game is fun, but really it loses me when there's character matchups and I just want to play a specific character, or I'm not good at the character that is a good matchup against another one. So that becomes a thing. And also,
Well,
I was gonna say, like, with the respawn timers in the game, I know they're there for balance, but it just feels like it takes forever to get back into the game. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Yeah. Because when I play TF2, I like to play instant respawn servers. When I play Call of Duty, I just skip past the whole thing and just get back into the game. That I recently played Modern Warfare 2 during the free trial, and it was so refreshing to just die. I killed someone, respawn, die, respawn, die, respawn, kill,
That doesn't
die.
sound fun.
It's a rush, actually, because instead of kill, die, wait 5 seconds, walk back to spawn. In Call of Duty, it's just the whole area is
That was
small. There can be an okay. In Call of Duty, the map that I played on, it was like super small, so there could be an enemy anywhere. You have to be on your toes. It was kind of like Dead by Daylight, but there's multiple killers and you all have guns. I don't know. Certain things are. I guess it was just refreshing.
Yeah, I suppose so.
James, what were you gonna say?
Oh, all right.
I don't quite remember.
Aw, damn. That's the problem with waiting for someone to finish speaking, because then you don't remember.
Yes. I'm also playing a game at the same time, so I'm literally having several other thoughts crowded.
So I have 5. So one of my controversial opinions, well, 4, because you already know that the fan games do not belong in the franchise ones.
You already talked about this. See the previous episode. See the previous episode if you want to know.
Technically, I have 4. Action RPGs are better than traditional turn-based RPGs, and it's not really a subjective statement, because a lot of the time, turn-based RPGs restart. A lot of the time, action RPGs are more animated, more interactive with the player. It's not all random, so you know what you're doing. Like, you can see what's happening, and the flow of the game is never interrupted. Nothing against turn-based RPGs, I still like them, but I just think that the amount of control an action RPG gives you over every situation, which is always a good thing. I don't see a world anyway. At this point in time, I don't see a world where turn-based RPGs are looked as superior to action RPGs, just because they're, I guess, the older fashion of it.
Well,
because they're the original, but yeah.
I'd say it's a different way to see it. I like it. Turn-based is a lot slower. You can actually think about the game. I'd say for me, you can take your time and strategize down to the literal turn what happens.
You can do that in an action RPG without losing the flow of the gameplay or having random interactions.
I'd say you can't do it down to every move you make, though. I'm saying you can plan out every single move down to the second. What?
Yeah,
I'm
you can
saying
if you learn the combos.
I'm saying if you learn the combos, but if you get hit by something else, you don't get a second to think about it. It just kind of happens, and you got to react. Mostly, it comes down to reactions rather than critical thinking skills, I guess.
Well, no, you can observe. Usually, you can observe the boss or whatever you're fighting for their fight pattern, and then attack them.
I'm saying you can observe it. You get more time to observe, is what I'm saying.
No, not necessarily, because in
yes, because RPGs, you can.
in turn-based RPGs, you can't predict when something's going to happen because a lot of times it's random encounters. With turn-based RPGs, you can see the enemies around you.
I'm saying when you're in the fight, you can take the time to just stop and like look and think out the situation that you're now in.
Have we had this conversation before?
No, we haven't.
Are you positive?
I am positive, Mike. I don't know where you're getting the sense of deja vu, but it is not something we've had before.
I think we have when we talked about whether or not we liked the Final Fantasy remake.
I don't think we've ever talked about that because
No, we did. I don't know if it was on a podcast.
about the Final Fantasy VII remake.
Yeah, the one that's like more of an action RPG.
I've only really played the remake, and I haven't played the original that much.
What are we talking about? Oh,
Action
Who's
RPGs
turn-
being better than turn-based.
yeah, right. They are.
I mean, for me, it was going to be, it comes down to your preference. Because I think of it
ultimately.
I think of it like chess, where you can think of every single move and it's insane, but you have all the time in the world, minus the chess clocks, to think out whatever the hell you want. Versus Smash, where things happen in real time.
Smash is not an RPG.
Yep.
I'm giving an example. Chess isn't an RPG.
Yes, it is.
It's a board game.
Mike, I think
Are
you're
you that
suffering
high?
from high brain.
Chess requires a lot of strategy, thought,
Yeah,
and it's a world. It's your king. It's your knight. It's your bishop. That's how I always
and in
thought of it.
Smash, you're freaking not dying as your king.
Well, no,
Call your other
that's
You're
pawns.
playing as
Yes.
Snake. You are Snake. You're trying not to die.
yeah, that's not an RPG.
You're role playing as a guy. It's a role playing game.
It's not role play. You're not role playing as him. You can't name the character. It's not you.
Neither is
Now, maybe
chess.
if play-
You can't name the
maybe if you play with
characters.
the Mii's, it could be considered an RPG. But
Mike,
I don't
in the
know
sense
anyone
of
that does.
Smash, but in the sense of Smash, you have to do real-time reactions. Like you would do that. You can do, as you say, survey the situation in that sense. And you have to basically engage battles like you would in Smash, reactively. And what you have already put into your head or how to assess the situation. You can't assess it and take a stop. You can't like stop and pause the match of like,
Yes,
okay,
you can.
what is my opponent?
No, not in an actual. You can't pause the game in a tournament match and go, what am I going to do next?
No, I'm arguing that Smash is not like an action RPG, and I don't understand where this
I'm
is
just
coming
giving
from.
the example of real time versus turn based, and the example that came up was Smash and chess.
It's chess. Real time combat.
Okay, yeah, I mean it's real time combat, but
with
an
real
action
time
RPG is different than Smash because an action
it's
RPG is
still real time.
Shut up! Let me talk.
No, because fuck you.
No, like
real
no.
time. I'm giving the example of real time where you can't pause. You just have to live things out.
But that has nothing to do with my controversial opinion. My controversial opinion is that action RPGs are better than turn-based, and that's what I'm arguing.
Okay.
Smash Ultimate not being
Mike, I think you lost track of a point that you made earlier.
Maybe.
And the point I'm making of like, yes, you did.
I'm just saying they're two different genres, despite being under the RPG
I agree with
moniker.
You. The fighting game is different than a turn-based RPG.
I was just giving an example.
But I don't understand your example.
Chess isn't an RPG. Neither is Smash. Yes. I was just giving an example.
Okay, I understand that. I do. I really do.
And what the point that I'm making is it depends on the person. It depends on opinion.
Yeah, and I agreed with that part. And then you went further, and then I stopped agreeing.
When did you stop agreeing?
when you used two games to compare that aren't RPGs to compare a conversation that we're having about
how you engage and how you engage in real time RPGs and also in action RPGs versus how you do it in real time versus turn based RPGs. That's
Okay,
what
I'll
we're
give a
talking
real-time
about.
RPG example and a turn-based RPG example.
Thank you.
Real-time RPG, Hyrule Warriors. Turn-based RPG, Fire Emblem. Okay, is that good?
Yeah, because they both match the category that we're talking about.
Okay. It doesn't matter what game it is. If it doesn't fall into a genre, the point I'm making is real-time versus turn-based.
I agree. They are different.
Yes, and just because I chose two games that aren't RPGs doesn't mean I can't prove my point.
Yeah, but I'm high. I don't
because you
understand your
play
point.
because you play chess like you would a turn-based RPG, and you play
Yeah,
Smash
I
how
can
you would like
understand the chess one, but you don't play Smash like you play an RPG, right? An action RPG. I mean,
Action
they're not
RPG is
they're not
combat.
similar at
Smash is
all.
combat. They're very similar.
But you can't always predict what happens in Smash Ultimate with the fighter.
You can't always predict what you do
Yes,
in
you
real time
can.
RPG.
No, you can't.
In an action
You
RPG,
can.
for the most part, you can literally see the monsters in front of you. You
Yeah,
can
but you
see
can't
what's
always
Okay,
gonna
do you know
happen.
what move they're
exact
going to do?
move
Do you know where they're going to move? Do you know what they're going
You
to
can
do?
learn by observing it in its environment.
Same with
usually.
Smash. Everybody has their own tendencies.
All right, I guess. Yeah.
It takes time. You can't from the get-go if you
Stop
throw somebody
yelling
in
at me.
shut the fuck up.
Stop yelling at me.
Too fucking bad. You're making me pissed.
Because I
Joey,
didn't understand your point.
Because you're high as fuck.
Quite
I guess
literally.
that kind of-
Joey, I
yeah.
think that's what you need to also keep in mind. I think you both need to keep in mind that Mike, you're high, and Joey, you need to keep in fact that Mike is high.
I can think straight. I don't know.
That's the whole point.
You're
You can
mi-
think straight, but you can't, which is what's pissing me off. You're just
You're
like, I get your
missing-
point, but no. I agree
I'm
with your
sorry.
point, but no.
I'm sorry, Joe. I'm sorry. All right.
You can't uneat those brownies.
It was a crispy treat. Let me.
I prefer gooey.
You can't
I do
uneat that.
too.
You can't.
Let's
uneat
move
that
on to the
gum.
next one.
Okay. My
Yeah.
controversial opinion, out of all the games in the Metroid franchise, Other M is not my least favorite. It would be Super Metroid.
Oh.
Yes. In terms of like I think of Metroid as the series where you start with Zero Mission, then you go to something like AM2R or Samus Returns, and then you go to Super Metroid in that order because the first two aren't really worth playing as your first foray, and the series is mostly story based. So, well, story through exposition, or not exposition, but just that kind of stuff. And I feel like when you go from Zero Mission to AM2R or Samus Returns, and then go straight to Super Metroid, it's just too archaic. And I don't like it. And at least Other M is in a whole different category. So I can't just say, oh, it's bad because it's different. No, it's not bad because it's different. It's just different. You can find things to enjoy about Other M. And that's how I feel. And with Super Metroid, yes, you can, but it's just too archaic. It's missing so many things from the future of the series that I just feel it needs a remake. It just doesn't hold up that well compared to Dread, compared to Zero Mission, all those other things. I'd rather play it with mods enabled or hacks, where it, same with Other M, but for me, I can play Other M without those hacks because it's just Other M. With Super Metroid, it's complemented to all hell and back and everything, and I just see the flaws or the things that it's missing, and I'm just like, I need to put those things back. And that's the only way that I can play it. I've tried playing it multiple times through and tried beating it. It's just super archaic.
I wish you would have played Super Metroid first.
Exactly. I wish I could.
Because
I wish I could have played a lot of things.
your whole thing would be like kind of flipped. But I mean, I don't agree with you, but I think we've already talked about this.
Yeah, I know. It's just that's one of my controversial opinions.
James, you got another one?
Give me a minute.
I'll go. I'll go.
Go for it. Go for it.
Sonic and the Black Knight is a good creative game.
Agree. I
Yeah.
actually agree because I played it as a kid, and it's just
Yeah.
like, what the hell? This
As a
is a lot
kid.
better than Sonic and the Secret Game or Secret Rings.
Sonic and the Secret Game.
It doesn't
so
exist in
that-
Secret.
It is a secret. It is a secret game because we all ignore it.
Yeah, as
Yeah.
I say, it's so like unimportant that it's just yeah. I see the game get a lot of shit. I see the game get a lot of hate, and I see some of it's justified. But I think it tried something new. And when you play this game when you're supposed to, which is as a kid, because that's before you become a cynical bastard, you enjoy it because it's Sonic with a fucking sword.
Honestly, if I went back today, I think I would still
fighting
enjoy it.
Shadow with a sword.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. He's got golden armor. Like, I don't know.
He's
I'd
got
have thought all that was
Excalibur.
cool.
He's got a talking sword.
He's King Arthur. And I'm just like, it tried something new, and it didn't do that bad. I liked it.
I'm also a fan of Sonic and the Black Knight.
Yeah, it's not
Also,
bad.
the music, like all other Sonic games, just slaps.
It slaps.
Just all Sonic games music slap.
No, not all of them.
Even Forces.
Yeah, Forces has the infinite theme and fist bump,
Yes, exactly.
but I don't know. Anyway, so you guys agree with that? So I guess we'll move to how many of you guys have left?
I mean, I'm just spitballing. I don't have any lists.
Oh, I've got two left.
Go for it, because I'm still distracted by video game.
Microsoft, Xbox are terrible gaming companies. Microsoft Xbox is a terrible gaming company, and I think we've already talked about this.
I'd like to argue again with that, which was last Christmas, that all gaming companies are bad gaming companies.
Yes,
Yeah,
Nintendo,
but Xbox
Sony.
Xbox doesn't have the quality software to pull that off.
Have you played Xbox?
Have you played on the Xbox, sir? Have you seen?
Yeah, we've had
Xbox
this
Live? That shit is
conversation.
good. Yes, yes, we have.
It's better on the PS4. And most games. Yeah, this is exactly what we talked about. So just go watch last week.
Xbox One is not as powerful as PS4, but Xbox Series X is more powerful. Well, really, they're comparable to the PS5. And then there's the Xbox One X, which is like the Pro version, and then PS4 Pro, and it's just the Xbox One was a flop. Everything before then was
up some donuts. Oh,
dear God, Xbox 360.
Sorry,
they actually slap. They actually do slap, and Xbox.
The controllers are great. They have good controllers.
And the series make amazing entertainment systems for some fucking reason. Like, dear Lord.
Yeah, I think they look ugly.
My favorite thing.
Compatibility.
Backwards compatibility is amazing. Xbox One didn't have it. Now Series X does. In fact, the best way to play Sonic Unleashed is on a Series X because it runs at 60 FPS. There's no stutters. There's no frame loss. Everything is buttery smooth. It's amazing. And it's the best way to play Sonic Unleashed.
I remember because we did play
it all right, it gets a point for Sonic Unleashed then?
Yeah.
It gets a point for a lot of stuff, not just Sonic Unleashed.
And like Ori and the Blind Forest, Ori and the Will of the Wisps. There's the Halo franchise. There's Gears of War, which I actually have played
on
recently.
Other franchise, on other software.
It's It was only on Xbox for the longest time.
Hmm.
And I know you can make the argument like, then what about PlayStation? PlayStation has had its games come to Steam recently.
Cool.
Yeah, had a lot of games come to Steam recently.
See
for Xbox
last
as well.
year, guys.
See last year, honestly.
Yes.
See last year's Christmas week where we had the Microsoft debate, because this is a lot of ground we've already trotted on.
I can feel things in a different way right now. Like I'm just feeling my mouse, and it's like a weird. Anyway,
Okay, my controversial gaming opinion that I can put out right now. When you're complaining about people in a team game, honestly, skill issue. Skill
I
issue.
mean, yeah.
No, I
I
mean people on
mean,
your team. Honestly, just skill issue,
yeah.
and
I
that's
mean,
it. That's my controversial gaming opinion.
I agree with you, though. I mean, I agree that it's also a lot of people are like, no, it's beginner's luck, whatever. But like, no, it's a skill issue.
It's a team game, and if your team is failing, it's a group effort. Trust me.
Yeah, skill issue. Whether it's you're too good for them or too bad for them, it's a skill difference. It's a skill issue.
It's not a matter of like, oh, you picked a bad person, or someone has a freaking counter to you. Skill issue. That's all. That's it. Skill issue.
Yep. I mean, I do agree with that. But I do know that is a lot of people disagree. So good job. Pokemon Black and White are objectively and subjectively, because my opinion matters, terrible Pokemon games.
That is definitely controversial.
Yeah.
Especially nowadays when there's Scarlet and Violet, and those are objectively worse.
Objectively worse.
I agree.
Yeah.
That's a sad world we live in. when I'm complaining about the Unova 5 games and we're on Unova 9, and Unova 9 is doing worse than the Unova 5 games.
I don't know why you call it. Dear Lord.
I don't know why I called it Universe.
You generation.
Generation. That's how fried I am.
There's a lot of people that
Universe.
Really love Universe. It sounded like dear Lord.
There's a whole different universe.
Mike is clearly on Universe 9 right now.
Okay.
You like that one, Mike? You like that one?
I like Universe.
Universe 7 versus Universe 8 in the Great Universe Tournament.
Oh my god. I gotta remember to breathe, man.
Also, controversial opinion. Bandai Namco can make a good game. Eventually.
Bandai Namco,
not right now.
They've made
just not right.
They've made multiple, at least in the
multiple.
past.
Yeah. At least in the past. But currently, not now. Controversial opinion. They're just on their downswing. They're not a bad gaming company. That's my controversial opinion.
Controversial opinion. A beloved franchise doesn't suck.
Not a beloved franchise. A
beloved owner, company, thing, leader.
Guys, they're just they haven't had their comeback arc yet. Wait, hold on. Just give them a minute.
They haven't come back from the time skip.
Give them a minute. They haven't. Right now, they're losing, but they can win. Give them a chance.
Give them a minute.
They're losing to laziness and / greed, but they do good game. I promise.
Okay, I want
to. Yeah, they had a couple good ones. Pac-Man World Repack, Dark Pictures Anthology.
Just
those are
Klonoa, Pac-Man. They came out this year.
Old games remastered. The games were good when they first came out. They just remastered them.
Okay, paraphrase it.
I didn't even think about it like that.
Still make a good game. Just they haven't done it recently. They can do it and are capable of doing it.
Yeah,
and they can remake good
Little
games.
Nightmares 2. No, the last one was Tales of Arise. No, the last one was Elden Ring.
That was mostly FromSoft, I would say.
That was mostly from Soft.
Oh no, it says that. It says that. I just didn't want to read it. I didn't see it, and it didn't register in my brain that it was important. But yeah, I would agree with you.
Okay, can I say a controversial opinion?
Go for it.
You got that? I can hear it in your voice. You're like, this is gonna be good. All right, go.
The PS3 controller sucks.
Oh.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Oh God.
I will explain multiple reasons why. Number one,
That-
the buttons are the pressure sensitive ones from the PS2, and they always stick or lose just functionality over time. The triggers, god damn it, why did they make them convex instead of concave? It is terrible to grip. The thumbsticks, what the hell did they make it out of? Dog nose?
They do not fucking. They also like freaking degrade so fucking
Man.
fast. Those things break faster than freaking.
Yeah, they only sell for $20.
Faster than Nintendo fucking Nintendo Switch controllers freaking got controller drift. Dear Lord, those things were fucking awful.
The D-pad sucks worse than literally any other D-pad that I've tried.
Yes, honestly.
Yeah.
I don't remember ever using a PS3 controller.
It's light.
I really don't know.
It's light and cheap as fuck. The motion controls, like the 6-axis, fucking suck, and the actual handles of it are way too fucking short.
Exactly.
Mm.
Like, dear God, I wanted to. I'm like, yo, can I just plug in a PS2 controller into this?
No.
Because it was just that bad. It was just that. And yeah, exactly. You couldn't use anything else for it. You could not. And so many other consoles would let you do it. Even how could you let freaking Nintendo, the kings of we're not going to make this backwards compatible you? Dear Lord, how did you let Nintendo?
Oh yeah, that's good. That's a good.
And I have a backwards compatible PS3. The only reason why I don't play anything on it is because that stupid controller is the only thing that works in the PS2 mode. At least in PS1 and PS3 mode, a PS4 controller works. I know I'm saying PS a lot.
They have a mode for it, and it isn't like, just a thing that it can do.
Yeah, if I'm gonna get
does PS mean personal note or private note?
PlayStation.
No, I know it means PlayStation, but like when you say like PS at the end of a message, is it private statement or personal statement? Or professional
it's
statement?
Latin, like Proceratum.
Huh?
It's Latin.
I don't know. I'm just spitballing. I don't know what PS actually means.
That just blew my mind.
Of course, you're high.
Oh, I feel sick. I'm spinning.
I was about to like full on go on like, yeah, we use a lot of Latin. Have you noticed? Mike, you're speaking Latin right now. I was about to
it's not Latin, it's postscript.
Yeah, it is.
What?
Oh, man. Postscript, as in post the current script.
My eyes are closed and I see color.
I don't think we should be trying to explain anything to this guy right now.
Don't go towards the yellow submarine.
We all live in oh God, don't sing that with my eyes closed.
Don't. Mike, now you know why it was the freaking hippie music.
Oh my God.
You now understand why.
What was I singing? I already forget.
I'm not going to say it. Okay.
Oh, yeah, Yellow Submarine.
I will also the only way for me to go back and play my backwards compatible PS2 is if I get a non-PlayStation controller. Like I think Retro Fighters, the guys behind the actually usable Nintendo 64 controller, are trying to make a 6-axis controller for the PS3.
I'm gonna stop breathing if I fall asleep.
Wow, that's a statement.
No context. Well, the context isn't high, but controversial opinion. Don't get high if you've got autism. It makes you
That's why I
feel
haven't
funny.
done any drugs. I tried
Don't
drinking
get-
once. It didn't make me feel drunk. It just made me feel dizzy.
I think
It also takes a lot for us to actually get drunk, Joe.
Yeah, I
It'll-
know.
yeah, you guys are healthy boys. I'm a skinny
Yes.
toothpick with no bones, no meat on his bones.
Because that's how blood pressure. Well, I mean, that's how
I've got more blood than
blood
you.
out-
haha.
technically,
Well, I
yeah,
mean,
blood alcohol level and weight
yeah,
works when it comes to
yeah,
drugs and alcohol. You literally just have a natural tolerance because you have a bigger body for it to go through.
exactly.
It has more to
I
it than it
am a
needs to.
lightweight, and I'm not afraid to admit it. Because if I don't
It's
admit it,
al-
I'm gonna die.
It's like
I'm very
handing
fluffy.
it's like handing a football player like, hey, you can eat this Lunchables here. It's not gonna fucking fill him up. But you hand it to a kid, he's like, oh man, Lunchables, man, this is gonna be my
Let's
breakfast and
go.
lunch. This is gonna be my breakfast and lunch.
Yes, sir.
Lunchables, the alcohol of kids.
Oh my god, it really was though. That and fruit roll-ups. Whoever had fruit roll-ups at lunchtime was the alpha male or the alpha female.
Dear Lord, though. But
You
Lunchables,
would serve them all day to get one of those fruit roll-ups.
God, Lunchables were
Pizza
I'm getting off
Lunchables
topic.
specifically.
We're Pizza Lunchables were the ones that that your parents got you if they loved you. Everything
Yeah.
else was
You're right. And I got
exactly.
the good ones.
Your parents hated you. It was the ham and cheese, and I mean the bad ham and cheese. Or actually, it was the turkey one. Never mind.
Yeah,
The turkey one
the
was the
turkey
one where
is
your
weird.
parents hated
I
you.
liked the ham one because I was a
was-
degenerate child, but
I was saying the turkey one was literally just the worst ham and cheese Lunchables.
I feel like I have to like get naked because like my stomach wants to get out.
What the fuck?
Dude, good thing you're in a controlled environment and also feel for a good podcast. And don't worry, guys. It's in New Jersey. This is legal. By the way, I don't think we.
I don't think it
I don't think we
matters.
mentioned
I'm 22.
it
Oh,
does
you
still
mean
matter.
legal to obtain?
To obtain,
Right.
yes, legal to obtain and use. You need to be.
Right.
In certain states, it's still not exactly legal, but in New Jersey, it is legal.
Yeah, get over it. Legalize it.
Fair enough.
Legalize dank memes.
Legalize dank in general.
What the fuck?
I keep having to burp. and, like,
Controversial opinion. Legalize dank memes.
God damn.
That's really good.
Controversial gaming opinion.
Legalize my memes. I can see that on a sign.
Okay. Controversial gaming opinion. One of the best ways to get the Sonic gaming experience is just to watch someone else play it. Okay, no, that's not what I was gonna say.
I
That's not what I
disagree
mean.
with that.
Yeah, it's a controversial. It's not my opinion, but it's a controversial opinion.
Ooh, you know that feeling in the pit of your stomach when you know you haven't breathed in a while, and then you breathe, and then you still feel that in your stomach?
But the opposite
No.
way?
Yeah.
Yeah, I use a CPAP at night. I feel that.
All right. Every time I close my eyes, I feel good, but then I open them back, and I feel terrible. But I know I need to keep them open, or I'm gonna fall asleep, and I can't fall asleep because I'm doing a podcast.
Okay. Anyone else got controversial gaming opinions? Not necessarily your own. Not necessarily your own gaming opinion. Like probably one you've heard and how you feel about it.
Smash Melee is the best Melee game. I
No,
think that's
Project M
just
is the
not
best
cool.
Melee game.
I think
Project M is the
Ultimate's
best
Melee
Smash
game.
game.
I think Ultimate is.
No.
It has the most
I disagree.
content. It appeals to them. No, it has the most content. It appeals to the most people. It has some sort of semblance of a story. It has the most representation, and it's the most
Except-
current one.
With Project M, you get good mechanics and Subspace Emissary and stickers and trophies.
Subspace is pretty pug. I'm not gonna lie.
Imagine
is pretty
Subspace with wave dashing, L canceling, having all the fun stuff.
It is pretty It's 11 degrees.
Yes, it's gonna get lower.
Yeah. But at least it's clear out.
Isomo Crema.
What else do I have? Oh, I mean, it's not for like controversial amongst the Pokemon fans at least, but ever since Gen 5, the company has gone downhill in
That's fair.
games quality, and up until recently, anime as well. But the Journeys, Master Journeys, Ultimate Journeys, that arc was phenomenal.
I do have another controversial opinion. Genshin Impact is bad game.
That's not really controversial.
It's controversial.
I don't know enough
Genshin
about it.
community.
Yeah, definitely, I know that, but I've never
Bad
played
game.
it. It doesn't
Didn't
appeal to
even
me because it's
didn't even
too.
deserve to be at the Game Awards.
Well, I hated it because it kept sending me ads for it, and then I was like, I'll download you if I want to. Stop. So I had a bit of
There's-
free bias going on.
What's worse than a free to play game? A gotcha free to play game.
Yeah, don't tell Josh that.
I'll tell it to his fucking face. It'll be like, oh okay. It'll be like, oh okay.
Okay.
And go back to
Yeah.
playing his gotcha.
Yeah.
Controversial opinion: the best way to experience Dragon Ball Z is the abridged.
Yeah,
False.
that's not a controversial opinion.
No,
They
that's
treat
wrong.
characters better than the freaking franchise does. I'm gonna be honest with that one.
No, I think
That's not even really a controversial gaming opinion. It's just a controversial opinion.
There's a lot of people that experience Dragon Ball for the first time through abridged, and honestly,
that's great. Happy for you. It's not the majority.
And also, they did. As someone that watched DBZ first before watching DBZA, DBZA is an overwhelming improvement.
No, DBZ Kai is better.
No,
no.
But I'm saying DBZA is an overwhelming improvement because it actually, characterizes the characters and makes them likable, and
I don't know. I think Goku being a good father, or at least not trying to be a bad father and ignoring his son in the abridged, in the show, at least he seems to care. I wish he was more of the family man that he tries to be.
I'd say true DBZ and Super, there's so much bullshit. Dude, for DBZA, at least in DBZA, they at least he at least watched Goten get born. But for DBZ, he didn't figure out he had another son until he went down to fucking Earth again. And I'm like, that's just some bullshit.
Yeah, I agree with that. Chi-Chi be lying. I'm gonna collapse.
The fact that they actually explained Goku better as a character when it came to why he did everything. With not that he's just stupid, but he's focused on fighting.
Like fighting is what makes me happy.
Happy. And I thought it would make you happy too.
But DBZA doesn't have the Majin saga.
Good. It's also debatably the worst saga.
Oh, you're just
Super Saiyan 3 does. Super Saiyan 3 came there and did nothing.
I mean,
it did absolutely nothing.
It was cool.
It looked very cool, and that's how we got the screaming meme for DBZ of just screaming for several episodes.
That was the best scream I've ever heard from Goku.
I would even say DBZ. I would say GT even did a better one for Super Saiyan 4. Honestly, the primal freaking one for that.
That was good. That was really good.
I say I like that one more than
That's because you're biased. But I understand.
I hate GT, and I'm saying that.
I don't hate GT.
I hate GT more than I hate the Majin Buu saga by a large, large, large margin. By an infinitely
I mean, the
large
Majin saga was a good saga, so I agree with you.
But Super Saiyan 4 Awakening was better than Super Saiyan 3.
Well, I think that's because we didn't see the first time he transformed into Super Saiyan 3. He had apparently already figured it out.
I did.
No, he doesn't figure it out on camera. You see, it's like something he learned, and then he's known how to, and he knows how to do.
Also,
so he's already done it.
Super Saiyan 3 is also just a trash transformation in general.
Yeah, it doesn't add much, but the hair is awesome.
Hair is also it's a huge power increase, but he literally gets more tired in that form than any other form, even his more powerful form. He's
Which
less
makes
tired.
sense. Well, no, his god ones are. We're not going to talk about
Yeah, the god ones take up less energy than Super
because they're
Saiyan
god
3.
energy. It's different energy.
Yes, exactly. So why use Super Saiyan 3 ever?
Well, because they didn't know about god energy before. They thought the only way to get better was to get higher numbers.
I'm saying it's just a shit transformation now, and there's literally no reason to use it. Heck, there
guess.
was no reason to use it
You're right.
beforehand too. Especially as battles became, oh, we kind of need to just outlast them in general anyway. So Super Saiyan 3 really isn't the best for that.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay, off the DBZ. Controversial gaming opinion. Dragon Ball Z Sagas isn't that bad of a
Oof.
What is it?
game. Dragon Ball Z Sagas isn't that bad of a game. It's
I don't even
fundamentally
know what it
like
is.
it's a co-op Dragon Ball Z game, well, adventure game. It's I say it's a pretty
Why?
decent game
Why would you want that?
because it's a co-op game and you get to play Dragon Ball Z with your friends, taking on people such as Nappa
I don't want to play
and
with my
also
friends. They don't know
Vegeta.
what they're doing. Anyway,
Who's to say that you know what you're doing? It's a fun
I
and
don't.
like
I need to go to bed.
Can I say
Oh,
one
it
last
is.
God.
controversial opinion before you do?
Oh, sure.
Switch both benefits and is detrimented by the lack of achievements.
Yes. Yes.
What
Why
do you
does
mean by
Nintendo
that?
not? Nintendo doesn't have achievement tracking.
Nintendo is
Oh, you
bad,
mean? Oh, I know what you mean.
like
I know what
Steam
you mean.
achievements, like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, I
Because
get it.
the
Xbox
whole,
achievements, trophies.
But why? Why? I don't understand the importance of those. They just seem weird. Like, I don't care. I know I
because
did it.
sometimes intrinsic value just won't get you through a game no matter how much you love it. Because
I mean,
ADHD.
it also goes like, hey, you get to kind of see what you have done compared to other people in the game, which you can't really, do if you don't have achievements. You could also aim for a goal that's also on there of like, oh, collect all of these items that are super powerful. Sure, I'll do that. I didn't even know that was something I could track in this game, or that those were even a thing. Now I'll go do that. But for Switch game, I can't do that.
Yeah, it adds a
I
lot more
probably would have.
replayability because like Metroid Dread, there's like the speedrun percentage time stuff, and I'm just like, oh, I kind of want to do that, but then there was like no real incentive because nobody else is going to see it except for me, and I'm just like, I don't really care enough.
Yeah, like at least
Well,
for
if you
its achievements,
the
you can also
leaderboards
look
are
at
gonna see it.
What leaderboards?
what later words. What do you mean?
People do straight. Wait, what? People do speed runs all the time.
No,
Yeah,
I'm
but
not
not on a
talking about
Switch.
speedruns on like a separate website. I'm talking about speedruns like if you play the game fast enough and you get enough collectibles, you get like a different ending screen.
Oh,
I'm not talking about separate websites. I'm talking about in the game and the system itself.
It
You
feels like
could
you don't have any proof that you did accomplish that thing in that game.
yes,
I'd
cuz
say
nobody else can see it. It's just you.
it's literally like Pixar didn't happen, and you can't go like, well, fuck, I can't really prove it unless I do a screenshot, and that
some
could just
games
be
have their
anyone's
own
screenshot.
achievements.
Are they shareable?
You
I
can't
mean,
really
you can.
share them outside the
Can
game.
other people see them based on your
No,
Nintendo account?
Can people go to your Nintendo account and see your achievement? Whereas
no, but
for
that would be
literally
cool.
everything
I agree.
else, someone else can be like, "Oh man, this dude 100% in Elden Ring. Oh shit, man,
I
This
I
agree
guy
with
really
that.
want to ask
100% in Elden Ring on the Switch? Bro, what the fuck?
fuck." That would have been crazy. If someone had that, I'd probably ask to be their friend too. Like, yo, dude, got any tips? You managed to do that lag and that
Ooh.
bullshit.
I would
Yo,
probably do that.
like, dude, what a chat achievement! 100% Elden Ring on Switch. Oh
Yeah.
my goodness. Nintendo, why don't you have achievements? It's kind of cringe. Not gonna lie.
Yeah.
But I also see the draw of not having achievements because it just adds clutter. Like when you want to play a game, but you don't want to get bogged down by 100%. You just want to play it as much as you want.
But to be fair, though, there's a lot of clutter and a bunch of Nintendo's. Like I open up my Switch and it's just like, oh, there's so much shit in here that I don't care about.
Oh yeah, and they added folders, but not the type of folders that you would think. They don't allow you to organize that way.
It's really dumb.
It's very
really
dumb.
in my opinion.
Also, the way that you can't just add friends based on, oh, hey, look for this gamer tag. No, you need a code to do that.
You need the exact code for that person. And also, recently played doesn't always work, which is really dumb.
Yes.
Recently played just doesn't work sometimes. It's really stupid. Let me see. Another controversial gaming opinion. Fighting games aren't that hard if you just, dedicate several hours a day to if you actually dedicate time to it. You just gotta learn more.
Wow, it's almost like the difficulty is in the time spent in it.
Yes, exactly. If you just spend time with it, it is less difficult of a game.
What about people that don't have the time for it? Oh, they could just buy loot boxes, increase their EXP, and then just get better.
That, for fighting games, I never seen that shit for fighting games.
Or they could buy Android 21 and just learn everything that you can do, and it's just like, oh, that's such a much better character than anyone else. What the fuck?
They still have to learn shit for it, though. They still gotta put in time for it. They still
Yeah, I
have to
know.
learn the game. And then they
But
also gotta learn 2 other characters. Unfortunately, Android 21 isn't the only person on their team.
yeah.
Playing me, myself, and I. In which case, well, fuck.
But then you can play Ultra Instinct or Super Saiyan Gogeta or any other brain dead character.
Well, don't worry. Super Saiyan, Ultra Instinct and, 21 both got nerfed. Notice how I did say Gogeta? How I did say Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta there.
Yeah.
A good thing those 2 characters got nerfed, and, Fusions is just the constant meta now. But anyway, yeah, there is some, if you know the mechanics of the game, you do get some pay to win shit of just like, okay, I bought this character, now that I know the basics, okay, it's a lot easier for me now.
Yeah.
But you still can, outdo them. If you actually spent time on your character enough, you can still outdo a day 1 person on that,
Yeah. And I mean, for me, the biggest problem with online multiplayer games is just playing it by myself because it's just not as fun as with friends. And with my ADHD brain, it's just like, it's not the most dopamine I can get from this, which means I'm not playing it. I'd rather play something dull and monotonous and grindy because at least then I'll see number go up.
Yeah, Minecraft is hard for me to get back into. I know we got another server now, but I'm just like, dude, if I'm the only one there, I get so low motivation, especially after we beat the Ender Dragon, and it's just like, I don't want to do anything else.
Yeah.
Especially if no one, because that's also when everyone else loses motivation for some reason, too.
Yeah.
Even if they weren't there for the Ender Dragon fight, it's just like, well, we did it. I kind of don't want to play anymore.
I feel color.
Okay,
That's
I think
called
that's a good
synesthesia.
spot to end. I think that's a good spot to end.
I just spent the last 4 minutes deep breathing.
Oh, that's a move in Smash.
Uh,
So I'd like to thank you all for joining us for Christmas week, especially for this topic for controversial gaming pages, because we did get a little heated here and there, and appreciate you for sticking with us this time.
thanks.
And as always, I'm James.
I'm Mike.
And I'm
Merry
Joey.
Christmas.
Merry Crema.
Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. Happy holidays. Happy New Year.
Holidays.
Merry Chrysler.
Holidays.
Merry Cremoy.
Happy Cream.
Merry Crimble.
Happy,
Yes.
Happy Chrysler. But yeah, enjoy the holidays, enjoy your winter break. Thank you for listening, and we'll see you
Thank you
next
very
time.
much. See you
Drink
next
as
year.
much nog as you can.
Get it all.
Adios.
See you.